Boo boo. So, as I was saying, if you're watching the recording, get your butt here at 10:30 a.m. next Saturday. You know what I'm saying? On time. But ultimately, I appreciate y'all, Miguel, Cam, Marcus, Jason, Amber being the first one on this thing, Imani on this thing. Literally, I appreciate you guys tuning in every single Saturday. I ain't gonna lie to you. I find it wild that we are reading a book that 90% of TGF literally is like trying to figure out the answers that this book has right now, and 90% TGF is not on this call. Sometimes things like that blow my mind. So if you can, please, just so that Mikhail and Marcus aren't beating a dead horse, literally, if you know a person is trying to build a network marketing business, shoot them a text directly, not in a group, but like directly, like, hey bro, hey sis, quit dropping the ball, hop on this call because this is what you're trying to do. So like actually take heed in it. I know Amber had one of them conversations with a TGF member this week. Bro, I was like, thank you. Because I feel like sometimes me and Marcus be the only ones. This book club not only is a mastermind for each and every one of us to really like pursue and just understand everything that we got going on, but it's literally a space to get your questions answered because we're all in pursuit of building this vision, building this dream. And literally these books have the answers. The most successful people on the planet have hidden all of the answers in all of their pages of the books they've written. Because here's the thing, people get tired of regurgitating the same information every single day. Let me just speak to y'all as an author. Here's the reason why I wrote a book. So I wouldn't have to tell nobody that shit anymore and they could just go and read it. So those people who are not on this planet anymore, those people who have gone and had the success that you want to have, understand that they got tired of saying it too. Just like you're getting tired of saying it to your friends. So what did they do? Instead of just stop saying it, they hid it inside of a book for those who actually want it. So ultimately, y'all, if you want to go further, pick up the books that have to do with what you want to do and read them. That is the reason that information is on this planet, so that you can shorten your learning curve. So sorry for the rant. I appreciate y'all being here. You know what I'm saying? This is just, especially this book specifically, it means a lot to me because it's literally just walking us through all of our own journey. As I'm reading it, it's crazy. It's just bringing me back to like, as I first got started in this industry. And so I'm excited to discuss today because this is where changes start to happen, you know? So truly, I'm excited to hear everybody's perception of what chapters 6 through 10 look like. I'm not gonna kick us off today. I'm gonna text Marcus and just make sure that I'm not hopping on this thing or when I'm hopping on this thing. And so we gonna go crazy. But considering she was the first one to hop on here, OG Triple OG, Amber Tellez, you can definitely kick us off this morning. Good morning, sis.
You already know what it is. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. All right. So, chapter 6, the number don't lie. So in the first paragraph, he talked about I was after 10 years and 11 companies, I had nothing to show for my time and energy and money except for boxes of training until I met Russ. I thought that was very, very important because a lot of times we go through this like entrepreneur experience, and there's just a lot of times where, you know, we get discouraged, and that's why like being around people who have what you want is very, very important. It sparks, you know, inspiration in you and sparks a new fire in you. So like going to events, getting around people who make more money or who literally have what it is that you want, like just being around them and seeing, you know, what they have and listening to them. Very, very important. So he talked about how he met Russ, and then Russ started telling him the secret sauce. So Russ said, in the business of recruiting, you need to be prepared to recruit 20 to 30 people. It doesn't matter if you're in the real estate, financial planning, insurance, or network marketing. You must recruit 20 to 30 people to start with. He said, 1/3 of your recruits will do absolutely nothing. 1/3 will do little, and 1/3 will make a good income. Usually one of them will build groups to thousands. So he literally said it clearly, like whether you're in real estate, whether you're in financial planning or insurance or network marketing, when you want to build a team of builders to help you build the business that you're building, to help you run the business that you're building, go through the numbers, literally recruit 20 to 30 people. recruit them, not just talk to them, but like actually get them signed up, get them ready to go, get them bought into the y'all's same vision to work together. Because out of the 20 to 30, you have one or two that will stick with you actually going through it, right? So it's not a matter of, if it's possible or if you're good enough. It's really just like a numbers game of really going out there. Some will, some won't, so what? And that's what he said in the next paragraph. In the end, some will do it and some won't. All the energy and time you put into trying to get your weaker team members to grow is time wasted. You are better off using that time to help motivate your distributors or recruit new people to get the business started. He said the same thing over and over again. His repetition is key. And then he said, but I knew that if I would consistently meet to 3 to 4 people a week, I would certainly sponsor one per month. A 2-year plan sponsoring one person per month will give me somewhere between the necessary 20 and 30 people. So I really like how he said the 2-year plan of sponsoring one person per month. I feel like a lot of times in this journey, we just want to hurry up. We want to hurry up and like get it over with. We want to hurry up and be done. And that's not realistic. We're building this life. We're building this life experience. I mean, one like quote that I keep in my mind, or like someone said to me, and it just like was really profound to me, but like it takes 9 months to create a new life. So if you are creating a new life, essentially, it's going to take more than, the first month, the first couple weeks, the first couple months. Like, take time to really realistically plan out, your 2-year plan. Okay. Don't you think that? Oh, I thought it was really funny when he talked about the Marshall Applewhite people and how if they can convince 30 people to kill themselves. He said, don't you think it's crazy if a guy could recruit 38 people to commit suicide and jump off and like, yeah, then maybe you might be able to find 20 or 30 people in your network marketing business. And to me, like, I just emphasize, like, it's really not a matter of, like, of any worthiness or anything like that. It's just a matter of, going through the numbers and believing in yourself and believing in what it is that you believe in, and knowing that there's other people who are like-minded, who are waiting for that opportunity. And not, being focused on people who are not, or people like who you want, and you want it for them, like our family members, sometimes like our siblings. Like I remember when I first started network marketing, I just wanted everybody in my family to do it right away because I love them and I care about them and I saw the vision, so I wanted them to do it too. But it's not about what you want, at the end of the day, it's about what it is that they want, and you have to listen to them and obviously, as a leader, like cast that vision and do all that, but they don't see it for themselves, they don't see it for themselves. So he had a chart of all of his meetings. Thought that was really, really cool. I know Mikkel has a really huge calendar inside his office. It's literally called Big Ass Calendar. And it reminded me of it, it's like what you're doing every single day, like planning it out, every single day matters, every single meeting matters. And even like, especially like with network marketing and talking to people, sometimes, you might be talking to somebody and they're just not about it. You know what I mean? And the thing is like, there's never no time wasted. Even you talking to somebody who's like just a straight up no, you got the practice in, you got to present again, you got to talk about your why again, like you got those reps in for yourself. So it's not like there's no like time wasted, when someone says no, there's something to be discouraged about. Like it's gonna happen. And honestly, I was thinking about this, like even with like trading, like trading mindset, when you lose a trade, losing a trade has nothing to do with whether you're good or not. Like you're gonna lose. The market is gonna go the way that it goes. It has nothing to do with you whatsoever, And so just like with network marketing, when you're talking to people about wanting to build a business, them saying no has nothing to do with you. They got a whole life going on, so much going on within themselves. That I don't know, sometimes I be taking stuff personal. So if y'all take stuff personal, don't, because it's not about you. Okay, let's move on to the second chapter. Well, the points to consider in chapter 1 were you must have a plan and stick to it for 18 to 24 months. I really love that. Marcus and Mikkel, obviously y'all know, are out here network marketing, and I know like in the beginning of the year, Marcus really sat down with everybody and really like formulated an 18 to 24-month plan to help everybody. And that's a really big deal. Like, and it really, and I'm so grateful for him doing that. Like, I know when we talked for 4 hours about all of it, and taking the time to really plan something like that out, like for yourself, and helping other people do it is such a big deal. So like, just to see how they're literally doing the steps that it takes. Number 2 was you can build serious income on a lunchtime schedule. Use your big income growth. Usually your big income growth will be tied to the work of 1 or 2 people. To find the 1 or 2, you must sponsor and train at least 20 to 30. Sponsor and train. I really believe that in network marketing, you have got, like, you're not just signing people up. You are training them to mentor them. They are going to copy you. They're not going to be bought into the business. They're going to be bought into you. They're not trusting this business. They're trusting you to lead them. And yes, we have systems like in place to help. Of course, you don't have to know everything, you know, according to the business to recruit them into the business. We have other people to leverage. But you are also a leader and a mentor too. Like if you're their direct sponsor, if you're talking to them about this business, they're looking at you as an example, you know? So don't just rely on the system and just completely be like, oh, well, there's just, you know, just go watch those videos. No, go watch them with them, you know? Have them see you going through the process as well. You know what I mean? Like we have to train our people. That's just like, it's sparked that thought. Number 5, 60 to 90% of people you show your opportunity will probably be uninterested. It just is what it is. It's a numbers game. It has nothing to do with you whatsoever. There's millions of billions of people in this world. So many. And they're getting born every single day, like all the time. 6, technology will not replace the fundamentals of building a successful business. Yes, I think this is very relevant towards like, you know, like now in times we have Instagram, we have, you know, social media, we're doing the most, right? And we have a lot of access in our hands way easier than we did. We have access to talk to more people faster than we did a long time ago because of technology. That does not mean that it can AI it up all the time. You have to have a human conversation with somebody else. You have to listen to that person. Like, yeah, the leads and the marketing, like that's going to get the people in your DMs and get them to talk to you. But you, once they do talk to you, that's when you got to show up and your skills have to show up and you have to say their name, ask about them, figure out their why, cater what the big vision is around them specifically, right? AI can't do that for you. All right. Regardless of how financially tough your situation is, you can turn around in 18 to 24 months with a consistent plan. Very much true. I don't even know. There's not much more to say to that. It is. 18 to 24 months ago, your girl was not speaking like this in front of anybody. Nowhere. That was just chapter 6. Okay, I'm not gonna take forever. Chapter 7. We just picked one thing that I highlighted. Imagine what your life would look like if you had money pouring into your account each month that had little or nothing to do with your efforts. Does this sound too good to be true? Most people immediately write the idea off as some type of scam or money game. Actually, almost all great fortunes have come through leverage. Okay, that's what it was about. Leverage. Obviously we know leverage is amazing, but one thing that this paragraph that I read sparked for me is the idea of things being too good to be true. It's not. It's not too good to be true. When something sounds too good to be true, let's start really training our minds to believe that we're worthy of that. Like recently, this has something to do differently, but like really with my relationship with God, like has been growing more. I realized that a lot of the times that I'm bringing it back together, I promise. A lot of the times that we don't aren't able to form that real connection to God is because we don't believe we're worthy of even being heard by God, because we think it's too good to be true. Like, why would the great Almighty want to connect with me? But it is true. You are worthy. And basically that just goes back to a lot of people think that there's things out here that are too good to be true. And it's not. Things are not too good to be true. I'm going to say something, it might be controversial, but it is what it is. There are things out here that we as a society, as a world experience because we're all conscious to it, like lack, poverty, there's a lot of people who are agreeing to that consciousness that is creating that consciousness as a reality. Everybody in the entire world being able to be abundant and fruitful and fulfilled is 100% a possibility. But because there's a lot of people who are out here who don't believe that that's too, I think that that's too good to be true, then it's too good to be true, because we are the powerful creators who create this experience. So you already know where I can go off on there. But again, network marketing is not too good to be true. And imagining your life where money just pouring into your account every single month is not too good to be true, guys. Leverage is real. And we have the opportunities, we have the the resources. So yes, chapter 8. My hourly pay went up when I started working less. In the world of beach money, there is no full-time or part-time. A 10-hour work week can pay you 5 times more money than a full-time. So what I got from this chapter, I know one thing that really stuck out to me was like working full-time is relative. So like in the corporate world, working full-time, yeah, it's like 40 hours a week, you know? But for us, like entrepreneurs, working full-time could be like, it really like depends, you know? Recently, I'm not gonna lie, like I've been getting very organized, like with my business practices, just like practices in general. And I was making like little folders of like what to do like every day for my business. And I was like, okay, like Monday's business plan, Tuesday's business plan, Wednesday's business plan, Thursday's business plan. And then I started to get down to Friday and Saturday, not business plan, but like business practices for the day. And then I started to realize, I'm like, I don't think I want to like schedule myself to do something on like Fridays or Saturdays. And it's not that I'm not going to work on my business. It's not that I'm not going to do my personal development. But again, we can create this experience. And I'm like, I don't have to yes, you know, we're building and we're going to work on something every single day, you know, but like we create that schedule. We create that. And like, and if I keep it like in my mind, like I have to work 10 hours a day on my business every single day of the week to make it work, then that's the reality that I'm going to experience. That's what it's going to take. But if I tell myself, like, no, I can have balance, I can work throughout the week, I could do my things, and on the weekends I can have time for my family. Of course, I'm still going to do my personal development, still run my business, you know, then that's possible, right? So like full time is like, it's relative, and that's just my message on that chapter. I'm not even sure about that, but number 9, one more step. Actually, that was it. I just want to talk about chapter 10. Love chapter 10 because he just made it sound so simple. Like literally just in 3 steps. And the 3 steps were, I love this. Step 1, write down 3 things that you want to buy or do in the next 3 months. And he gave a list of things. Ground rules. Your 3 goals, you have to get really excited. Your 3 goals have to get you really, really excited. This is a big, big deal. Energy, like Mikkel said on the call the other day, the 3%ers have high energy all the time. It is a really, really big deal. And honestly, the reason why I'm passionate about this subject and topic right now is because recently I was feeling like, for some reason, like just a little bit insecure about my high energy. I don't know. I was feeling like maybe it's unnecessary all the time, or like, I don't fucking know. But no, it's not. It's like this stuff is exciting, y'all. It's exciting. We're like literally creating generational wealth. We're changing the trajectory of our lives, our family's lives. Like what we are doing in the life we're creating is exciting, and we have to keep up that excitement. And like literally, okay. Anyway, number 2, you must be able to do or schedule each item on your list within the next 3 months. So yeah, like for your goals, if your goal does not have a date, then it is just a wish. Once it has a date, then it's actually real. Then you're actually going to do it. But if there's not a date to it, then it's just still an idea. Number 3, don't be practical. You have permission to splurge. So allow yourself to like, again, like goes back to not thinking things are too good to be true, and just really allowing yourself to like believe in what it is that you want. Limit to just 3 items. You may have 4 or 5 goals you really want to accomplish, but pick your top 3 for now. After you've accomplished these first 3 goals, you can add 3 more later. And then step 2 was, what actions will you take right away to begin to move towards these things to getting yourself with them in the next 3 months. And then step 3 is let go and allow the universe to provide you with the resources necessary. Expect good things to happen. That was one of the last sentences of chapter 10. Expect good things to happen, y'all. That was what I got from these last 5 chapters. Honestly, I really, really like them. Got a lot of value. Who wants to go next? Who wants to popcorn next? Hey, Marcus and Michaela, y'all want to go?
If not, I could go.
Yeah, you can go.
That's cool. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, of course. This book has been a little, like it hasn't been, I'm trying to figure out how this book can fit in with like what I have going on, and what I'm realizing it doesn't necessarily, but I feel like it's a future me thing. Like this could help future me, not current me, if that, yeah. So, because I don't know. I don't know how I could apply this to my life. I talked to Amber about it and she was like, well, it's not really necessarily for you, but she also said that it does have a lot of benefits, like once you, like, if you're in network marketing. So for me, this book has just been like, okay, like I've just been learning it, but not really knowing how to apply it to my own life. But from these chapters recently, can y'all hear me? Oh my God. Okay, cool.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if you could see us, but we can hear
I
you.
can I can see y'all. So chapter 6, I loved his calendar that he made, the have fun and find 20. He actively like put on his calendar all the dates, and like Amber said, the I forgot the guy's Jordan, he said that putting it on a calendar, that's when you make a date, that's when it's real. And that is so I mean, that's the right way to go. If it's not on your calendar, it's just to me like kind of like a pipe dream. But once you start solidifying it and like making plans out, he said that for 15 years he wanted to go to the Virgin Islands. And one day that's a later chapter, but he made 3 steps to get himself to the Virgin Islands, and bam, 3 months he was in the Virgin Islands. I love that. Because I kind of had a similar thing for 15 years. I wanted to go to France. I knew I wanted to go to France for my 30th birthday. Now, reading this book, I realized that I put it on a calendar. So when other people would be like, oh, how are you going to go to France? I'm just like, I'm going to go because, I've already written it out and that's what's going to happen. There's not really, what else am I going to do on my birthday? Like, what? So I was able to go. And I'm like, oh, it's because I actually had a date. I set it and I worked towards that goal. And that's really it. It was pretty simple, So when people will be like, oh, that's crazy, you're so lucky, I'm just like, put it down. Like just do it. Like go for it, So it's not really that big of a deal once you break it down into steps. I'm getting ahead of myself, so let me just slow down. Back to the calendar. The calendar, I loved it because he said that he had these goals to find 20 people, but then he also put have fun, so he wouldn't take everything so seriously. And I have like had ongoing business meetings with business coaching with Amber for a very long time now. And there's one thing that I kept telling her, that I don't want to be I don't want to be anxious. I want to have fun. I still want to do all of my work and enjoy my life. So him actually scheduling that made it real. He made it real. He put it on his calendar to have fun. So it's like not necessarily being serious by putting it on the calendar, just reminding himself, I don't want to take things too seriously. I'm getting my goal, but I'm also enjoying my life. I think that's really important. And the whole point of Beach Money is to, make this money and then have fun. Like, so in chapter let me see, I think it was chapter 8. Yeah, chapter 7, how to get paid whether you go to work or not. So that's the whole point of beach money. It's like being able to go to work for, he said 5 hours and got paid $20,000. Like 5 hours. How do you like wanting to make $20,000 like in a few months? You feel me? Like he's out here, 5 hours of work, got paid, and then bam, then he can go wherever he want. He could decide whether he wants to take the time off, and then by doing that, he like his network marketing. So I'm still a little confused as to what he actually does. I'd be reading, hoping that the answer will come up, but I guess this is the answer in a way. I don't know. Um,
I ain't
but
gonna, he did say it in like chapter, I think it was chapter 6. When he met Russ, he joined that telecommunications company and he's just been showing people the communications company, and he gets paid by having people join the telecommunications company and buying the services.
oh, it's a telecommunication company.
Yeah.
I know that he signed up with Russ, and then he
He didn't sign
that
up for Russ.
started getting his 20, and then his one person who was it was his hitter who in turn brought him all the money. And I was just like kind of confused, like, okay, what does Russ do? But maybe I just missed that.
No,
So
so Russ did a whole different business. He literally said, me and Russ never did business together, but Russ changed his life because he expanded his mind. And then Russ told him, hey, bro, join another company, go recruit 30 people and see what happens. So he joins a telecommunication company, and over the next 18, 24 months, he recruits 26 people. That 16th recruit, she started going ham, and over the next few months, she brought in an extra 12,000 people. And literally over those 18 months, you watch his check go from like $2,000 to $30,000 a month.
okay, I
Yeah,
promise I read, but thank you for clarifying. I
it's
really
all
appreciate
good.
it. Like I swore I read it, and I was just like, what does he do? But I get it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hey,
Um,
you know what's crazy? Can I just point out something real fast? That
yeah.
a majority of people look at network marketing because they'll sit down and see the presentation, and then
Uh-huh.
they will miss everything that happens of what is actually done. And then
Uh-huh.
they're sitting there like, what is actually going on and how do y'all actually make money? And it's like, yo, we literally just showed your ass the presentation. I just wanted to say that out there for all of us who have felt that before, because it's funny because it happens in the book too.
Oh, that's okay. I read it. I read it. Just like maybe it's some. That's why I think that it's something that like it's a future me thing where I'm really like probably gonna end up rereading this book and being like, I get it. Oh my god! Like I'm sure it's gonna end up being like that. Because for right now, I'm just like I'm just gonna keep reading.
Right.
That's it.
No, right now you're being exposed to a whole new world, like this is not your world. You have not been actively involved in this world. Literally everybody on this call has been involved in this world for over 365 days, if not over 1,000 days. So there's a whole different level of relatability when you're like, yo, I don't understand this world at all, because you are honestly used to the world that he's talking about that he came from. And that transition is something that you haven't made, but it's just exposing you to more. So it's okay to have grace for yourself and literally be like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't understand this, but it's lit how he's doing it. And you can just take it
Yeah.
as like his dream and vision of making beach money, similar to your dream and vision of making beach money, how he got there. Honestly, as he related in the very beginning of this reading, I think it was chapter 6 as well. Like it's 3 things you gotta learn just about in every single industry, period, no matter what you're doing. And essentially the game is the same. Don't matter if you're doing real estate, you got to go and find 30 people, and along those 30 people, you have one hitter who hits a home run. It's the same thing with network marketing, same thing with real estate, same thing with any type of sales business in the space. So if I can give you something as you go forward, don't zoom in as much, zoom out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all good. But go ahead, my bad. I ain't mean to.
No. I thank you, honestly, because that kind of put a lot more things into perspective for me. That it is something very new for me that I need to like. Well, I'm just being introduced to it, And
Yeah.
it's already kind of like flipping a switch in my head anyways. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm okay. Just continue to read it. And no, I may not understand it 100%, but one day I will
Exactly.
really, and I will be able to relate to it. So this is a good intro for me, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Thanks. Amen.
Okay. So in chapter 7, when he starts talking about how the less he worked, the more his hourly went up, it kind of like destroys the whole idea of being paid this hourly wage for working so hard and not really having that much benefit to it. You know, you work all these hours with a regular job and there's very, very little payoff. I mean, currently, I haven't been working for months now, and I just took some time off because I had been struggling with working in property management. I've been working property management for 4 years. I left my job as a property manager. And, when I tell people like I was a property manager, they'd be like, oh, that's so cool. And I'm just like going crazy thinking about all of the struggles that I've had that don't feel good at all. And I'm just reading this book, and the idea of just working a few hours a week or, however often you want to, and then you set up these systems for yourself that continuously give you that money down the line without having to like revisit this trauma of being at work. So, like applying this to my life now going forward, it's good for me because now I'm trying to figure out like, okay, outside of going back to work, what can I do? Yesterday, when me and Amber had our session, I was I'm not going to even mention what I wanted to do for money, okay, because it was crazy, but it was like I just anything that I could to get myself out of the rat race. Like I'm tired of going to work, and the idea of like going to work and making more by doing less, give it to me. I want it. Um, then let's see, in chapter 10, the how a minor shift in my thinking transformed my bank account. So he took down 3 simple steps that he wanted to accomplish within 3 months. And he gave an example of dogs like bones. And he's like, yeah, of course, dogs like bones. But if you drop the steak in front of that dog and a bone, what do you think they're going to pick? They're going to pick the steak. And he said, pick the steak, splurge, whatever you want, write it down, create the 3 steps for it. And in 3 months, get it done. I think he said, like, let go of practicality or something like that in here. But I thought that was really awesome to be able to break it down in 3 steps. So now, I woo, I finished most of my legal stuff for my property in Montgomery. So remember I said last year that I wanted to eventually have like next year I wanted to have the unlimited event at my property. That's not going to happen this year, but that's okay because I have already finished the steps to be able to work on my property and build it up this year. So in the next couple years, I'll be able to host events and do these things. So I've already so now this is giving me this incentive. 3 new steps that I can do in 3 months. And then once those 3 steps are done, bam, the next steps. And he said it's so simple by doing this. That an 8-year-old can do it. An 8-year-old. Like, okay. So it's kind of like letting go. He said a releasing exercise, letting go and giving it to the universe. And the universe is just like going to reward you. That's what it feels like, a giant reward for being able to take the steps, do what needs to be done and allowing it to come to you. So I have my 3 steps and they're a little, blurred, but I'm going to write them down and I'm going to post them in my house. So every day I look at it and be like, okay, these are my 3 steps I need to accomplish for the next 3 months. And then I can go on to the next one. So if an 8-year-old can do that, he's basically saying anybody can do it. And I like how he gave like his examples. And it's just like the most random stuff ever. And then some are like very practical, like hire a housekeeper, donate $500 to the church. But then it goes like take a hot air balloon ride. So like when I see stuff like this, rent a condo on the beach, take a trip to Vegas. You know, for y'all who don't know, taking a flight from Austin to Vegas is very expensive. Like it's if you go to Dallas, if you go to Houston or even San Antonio, it's much cheaper. But the fact that it's just like, okay, put that on the list. That's what I want. I'm gonna make it happen. So he's basically saying whatever you want, you can just break it down into these 3 steps and you will have it. So I appreciated that a lot. Because how else do you get things done if you're not breaking it down into steps? Like I just recently broke down my plan to move on my property next year so I can finally be rent free. I don't want to pay rent anymore. I have an opportunity not to. So how can I do that? I broke it down in a lot more steps, but like reading these chapters, now I want to just break it down like in increments where I do the 3 steps and I move on and then I keep so on and so forth. Um, yeah, yeah, I didn't read the rest of chapter 11, but you get my idea. It's like, yes, this breaking it down for me is like the biggest takeaway I have, and that's something that I want to go forward in doing here on out. So I'm gonna popcorn it to Austin.
Before Austin takes that, Imani, I just want to give you some props, girl, because it says a lot about your character just reading something that isn't relatively in tune with what it is you got going on. It seems like you did get some good takeaways, though. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate your insight and much love to you, girl. Anyways, just
Hey,
some love.
thanks for always having me here at Book Club. I appreciate this. This is actually Book Club, not gonna lie, y'all. This book club changed my life. Like book club, powerful creator. Always got to give a shout out to Amber because joining Powerful Creator hooked me up with TGF, and because of that, the next step for me is like bringing my business up, which is Lunar Travelers, my business, my baby, you know, and like being able to do both of these groups has really like shifted my thinking into what was once a dream and created like official goals, like goals that I am checking off. Like when I freaking started checking off the legal paperwork and stuff for my property, that was like solidifying everything that I've learned over the past year. I mean, it's July, y'all. I've been in book club for months now. You feel me? I don't know when we started reading Power of Awareness. That was my first book, and I was grateful for that book. You feel me? Like it was powerful. And now look where I'm at. I'm like, oh, I'm about to be rent free next year. Period. Okay, about to be hosting events, so I'm grateful for all y'all. Thank you, thank you for coming to my.
Thank you, Imaners. Imani.
My bad, Austin. You got it, bro.
No. You good. Never apologize. Never apologize for that kind of stuff, Marcus. You know the deal. But no, Monty, yeah, it's super dope that you actually, are getting outside of your lane. Because I believe that even if it doesn't apply directly to what you're doing, that there's always something that you can take away from it. So, oh, hold up. Sorry. And someone's trying to call me real quick. Let me end this here. Second. Go back. Oh my goodness. All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, so number one, I have not even started reading the book yet. Amber actually just told me what y'all was reading a few days ago. So my fault. Didn't read. But I always love just coming on here and what the these motherfuckers, bro. Sorry, excuse my language. They just try to call me again. But yeah, no, I guess just from what I've heard about the book, I guess about what you guys are reading, I believe it's like the importance of a calendar is what I've heard, mostly. But I guess for me in my network marketing journey, is definitely your calendar is definitely like the number one tool, I believe, because if you do not have your events written out. And if you don't have things planned, then you're just, man. If you don't have things planned, then obviously you're more unlikely to get things done. And that's definitely rang true for me because I am a person who needs a plan, or else my mind will go complete left and I will not get done what I know I need to get done. So, the calendar, especially over the last, I'd say the last couple of years for sure, just implementing the importance of a calendar and really actually writing things down and putting them in my phone and stuff, has definitely helped me to keep myself accountable, with what I did get done, what I didn't get done, and what I need to do better at. So, definitely, like I said, I think that's definitely one thing that you could use in or outside of network marketing. I believe no matter what industry you're in, calendar is definitely important, just for keeping, appointments and things like that. So, but no, I will start reading that this week for sure, for sure. I actually think I seen it at Barnes and Noble the other day that I was there. So I'll go pick that up. Yeah, it's always amazing to see y'all's faces. Ms. Marcus and Amber, for those faces I can see. Mikhail, Alyssa's fingers on her phone. Yeah, I missed y'all. I'm saying, but I don't know who else has to go right now or still needs to go. But anybody else could take it away. Y'all looking sharp this morning. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Let's get reminded we got a good looking squad.
We definitely do, y'all. Hey, y'all, say what's up to my pops. He good looking too. You know what I'm saying? OG, triple OG.
Oh, what up? What up, Pops?
What up, Pop?
Hey, what up, pops? What up, pops? Everybody.
Hey, hello.
Hey, it's good to
What's
see
up,
you
brother?
moving and grooving, man.
They said it's good. Oh, wait, hold on. Say that one more time.
I said
Hey, what up, father? Hello,
it's good to
father.
see you
Hello. Good
moving and
day, sir.
grooving.
I said, how y'all
We
Oh,
blessed,
yeah.
we blessed, big
Blessed.
dog.
OG, triple OG. So somebody else can take it real quick. I just wanted to let my dad say what's up to the squad. OGs.
Kelsey, where you at? Kelsey.
I wonder. I have no idea.
I know. I know where you're at, Kelsey.
I wonder.
Morning, fam. Bro, I'm not listening to myself. Hang on. Morning.
You gotta mute, you gotta mute.
Let me turn this back on. All right. A couple of the biggest takeaways. I mean, I think I listened to chapter 6 like twice. Because I mean that's a big thing, is what we do in any realm is it's numbers. I have a friend who's also in real estate and they said it's, the same thing. You have to make, a certain amount of contacts to be able to make sales, like close deals. And I kept thinking about the saying, that we all say all the time, like, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Like, you go out and, he said the magic number was 20 to 30. And, within that, you'll find a couple that then you won't have to do anything. You'll be making that beach money eventually. But I think we're kind of all in that space of still working on getting our 20 to 30. And it's not always easy and it's not always the most fun, but it was nice to kind of like hear that number again of kind of a target of, I go get 20 to 30 and I might not have to do anything for the rest of my life. And I don't remember what chapter it was in, but I think it was 7, where he made the plan of, if I show 3 people a week on average, I'll recruit 1 person a month. So in 2 years, that can be done. I kind of looked at that as like being on the slow side. I feel like everybody on this call, if you're building your business, can do more than one person a month. You know, I've put in multiple people a week. There's other people on this call who've put in multiple people in a day. Like it can go as fast or as slow as you want it. But even just hearing how he broke it down of 3 presentations a week, you know, he separated that out into his lunch periods essentially, because when he was still working, planning that out, that has been touched on. Just being like, hey, this dedicated time is when I'm showing people. And if I stick to that, stay consistent with that, I will be making beach money free in 2 years time, you know? And I think that's super important too. Austin and I were on like the same, we had a conversation about that one time because we're like, we got all these plans and what we want to do in this, but we did not have anything scheduled. And so things just felt very hectic and chaotic, even with the simplest things that we wanted to get done because it wasn't scheduled. And so we're sitting out here trying to balance that between, you know, what we have going on in our day-to-days, but then also getting what we want to get done within the business. And so I also put everything in my phone, get the whole remind me 15 minutes before type vibe. And that's actually been so beneficial. I do have one that's like written down, but I don't carry that with me everywhere. So just simply, yeah, having a schedule is crucial in my opinion, or just scheduling things out. And I guess that kind of ties into, you know, where they talked about having time for yourself as well. There's been times like when I first started, I was like, someone told me this is a 24/7 thing. I'm like, cool, it's a 24/7 thing. And let me tell you, there was a portion, I don't even remember what company we were in, but I completely stopped. I was like, this is like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just gonna go back to work. It's cool, whatever. Simply because I think I burnt myself out. I was saying no to absolutely everyone and everything. I was skipping every family event and stuff like that. And really just, this is what I have to do all the time. And that completely ended up burning me out. And so finding that, obviously that balance of setting time for yourself, whether it's, you know, like spiritual practices, meditation, going to the gym. Like when I go to the gym, 9 times out of 10, I will not hop on a call. I will not answer a business related anything, because that's time that, you know, I've set aside for myself to just do what I need to do. And yeah, having the balance. But last thing I want to touch on too is in chapter 10, the 3 simple steps that everybody's kind of already touched on a little bit. But yeah, setting that date is crazy what it does to your brain. It doesn't seem like, you know, you write down a date on a piece of paper and cool, but it like subconsciously triggers something in your brain to be like, hey, I said I'm gonna get this done by October. I need to get my ass in gear. You know what I mean? And you may or may not hit it by your set date, but then you just set another one, you know, and that's kind of a mindset shift too that people have to make, is initially setting that date. But hey, let's say you don't hit that rank you want, you don't get your house built by that time, you know, whatever the case is, set another date and keep going, you know. And really just how simple he broke it down into 3 steps, because I be making myself like 30 steps sometimes, and then I get so overwhelmed, and it makes it so much easier to be like, this is too much, and I need to step away from it, like, you know, like starting something and not finishing it type of thing. And so I thought it was super helpful. I was listening to it in my car, so I didn't get a chance to like specifically write them down, but definitely going to do that and implement those. Sam hopped on. Good morning, Sam. But yes, I don't know whoever else wants to go. I don't know if Jason's here, Tam, Miguel. Ain't nobody unmuting today.
Swear, I be trying to give it a second before I take it or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't be trying to hog the mic or something. So,
I think Cam just unmuted himself.
what
I
up,
did.
though?
Hey
Yeah, I
man,
did
Cam, what's
just
up, bro?
What up,
What's up,
though?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I could not get through 6 through 10. I'm actually like reading right now because this is like the first time in like days that I've had the free time to be able to do so. Um, yeah, I got Bluey going on in the background and everything. But yeah, from what I've heard so far, like honestly, it just shows proof that I gotta keep reading because I need all of this intel as best as I can put it. I need all this intel because I need to retrain my brain on a lot of different things, and one of them being where he said, as real as it is, having a plan and sticking to it for 18 and 24 months. I am the type of person that if I don't see results in 30 days, I've been the type that would just give up. So I am retraining that entire version of me right now. So it's taking a process of breaking me down and figuring out why, and then executing on okay, so now you know why you haven't been doing it. Now, here's the real question. You have all these reasons to do it now. What's your reason for not doing it? So I'm going through that right now. So bear with me.
Hey, I'm about to go next. 'Cause that's my nigga. What up, y'all? OG, triple OG. Cam, first off, I'm proud of you for taking steps in the process regardless. And you definitely got to keep reading because there's a special part in chapter 10 for what you just talked about. But, y'all, one, dude, hearing everybody's outlook on this, Kelsey's, Austin's, so far on the book club, you know what I'm saying? What's up, OG, triple OG? Imani, that was dope. Honestly, even made me think about some things differently after I read it. Amber, your take on it, you literally broke down the whole book. I was like, quit playing with her notes. Like, she's going crazy. So, no, it's fire, man. Honestly, I'm grateful for, as I say it all the time, man, what we've been able to create here. And definitely for this book, it's something serious. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm about to break this thing down. So, one, in chapter 6, the numbers don't lie. Exactly what Kelsey was saying is a fact. It literally is a numbers game, period. Like, I had a similar moment to like a Russ. I didn't go to Russ's house. It wasn't nothing like that. But the guy who is the inspiration for the 90-day run that we have on our platform, his name is Dr. David Peach. He set the record in hitting my first company the fastest. 10 months and 5 days, 0 to 3,000 people, no TikTok, no Instagram, no none of that. He lives 30 minutes north of me. And I met him 24 hours into building the business, and he told me fast is fun, slow sucks. Period. I said, all right, bet. So, like, what have you been able to do with this thing? He said, man, I was a chiropractor. He told me his story. He's like, man, I was a chiropractor. Obviously, he was doing very well as a chiropractor, one of the top in the country. He made his first $1 million at 24 years old. So I met him way past 24 years old, by the way. But David Peach, bald guy, black V-neck, some jeans, and these little black loafers that he used to wear. He wore that outfit for 8 straight years. But with that, this man tells me, yeah, bro, I was a chiropractor, saw well over 1,000 patients per week as a chiropractor. And what I did is I just tore the walls down in my chiropractic office and I did presentations every single night. And everybody who got started, I told them, hey, go fill your car, bring back your people tomorrow, same time. We're going to do another presentation. And I just kept doing it every single day. And in about 1,000 days, I never had to work again. In about 10 months, my residual income was 3 times higher than I was making per year profit from my chiropractic office. So I shut the doors and just continued on to do this. I was like, quit freaking playing with me. I'm sitting there working at the Mall of America. Numbers are my friend too. I'm watching people come in and out the stores all day, every day. We're making sales all day and every day, but I'm not really making no money. I'm working at the mall, bro. It's like $12 an hour, $14 an hour. It's dog doo. So at that point, I'm like, yo, I can barely pay my bills, and this dude's making $150,000 a month by just doing the presentation for 10 months and 5 days. I'll do the presentation more than him for 10 months and 5 days. If I go make fucking $100,000 a month, quit playing with me. So that was my Russ moment where it just completely expanded my brain. And fortunately enough for me, that did not happen 11 years down the line. That happened 24 hours down the line. So it's just different. And that's why we always say exposure creates expansion. If I was y'all, some of the leaders that we follow, they've done big shot calls. Show your brand new people those big shot calls when they get started so they can be exposed to more than just you in the system. We got Joey in there, we got Donnie in there, we got people who have made millions of dollars in this freaking industry in there. So use it. But first and foremost, that was definitely a big deal. And when he talked about that, I was like, yo, it just kind of reminded me and brought me all the way back to when I was first talking to Dr. Peach. But my other things were, hold on, a second big part is where he talks about on the next page, if I'm not mistaken, I got this open. So 20 to 30, my mentor, so that guy, David Peach, taught this guy named Eric Grzybowski. Throw a money bag in the chat if you know who Eric Grzybowski is. I know there's a few of us on the call. But Eric G, also known as Mr. Get Paid, built an organization of over 200,000 people in his first 4 or 5 years, and they expanded on. They grew crazily to the point where we just stopped all counting the numbers. I was a part of GPN as well. But with that, I literally, I know I have it in one of these notebooks. If y'all were on the affiliate call, you've seen the notebooks. But in one of them notebooks, I literally have it written down from his mouth as well. You don't have a team until you have 30 personals. And one thing I do want to really dive in about when it comes to Jordan's story is over his success period of that company, he had 122 personals. He did not stop at 30. He just kept going. And with the enthusiasm, with the passion, and with the results that continuously happened, it ended up getting easier and easier, and that's why the numbers started to grow faster and faster. And so one thing I just will really point out, bro, and I really loved the fact that he said this, so I highlighted it on my computer and took a picture of it on my phone. And I'm just gonna read the entire paragraph because this is real life, and ultimately, this is a point that I've been really focused on driving home with whole squad recently. So it says, I cannot take full credit for this growth. This is after him building a team of over 20,000 distributors in less than 3 years. Income has grown from a few $100s a month to over 100,000 per month with a consistent residual check that exceeds $50,000 a month. He said, I did no advertising or purchasing of leads. I did no email, autoresponders, or mass marketing. I was not given a downline or paid to come over my new company. I'm proud that I started the same way as any other new distributor. I cannot take full credit for this growth. Here's the part that I highlighted. I have attracted many great leaders into my organization. You attract what you are. Most of them had little or no network marketing background. I can say that they all have a strong entrepreneurial drive. I see many young entrepreneurs struggle with the fundamentals of growth in a network marketing company. Their biggest problem is leaning too heavily on the internet and technology to build a business. Many of them will completely abandon the basic principles for growth and trade them in for automatic systems designed to scoop people up in mass quantities. They expect the technology to do the work for them. Inevitably, they are baffled by how to attract a group of loyal entrepreneurs and keep them for the long haul. Y'all, where we are in 2024, I want you to understand something. One, this book was not written in 2024. Two, as you build a business today, if you want to make thousands, go build it exactly as he did and go build a 6-figure income. If you want to make millions in today's day and age, just because of how things are set up and because of the accessibility that you have to people, you have to not only do what he just said, but you have to do the internet stuff too. And recently, we've all come into a system where I've seen a lot of us choose. Either we're building the internet system or we're trading it in for the automations and we're just trying to get people in that way, or we actually build the organic way where you just get your ass to work and you invite and you do the presentations on your lunch break. And it literally is a mixture of both, truly. And that's why I highlighted that, because I feel that a lot of us depend on one or the other. Even myself, let me just speak transparently here. I depend way too much on the organic way of building. It's what I've done for a decade and some change straight. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars building the organic way of building, just like he built it. My first company built that hoe from scratch 3 times. Over 0 to 1,000 members 3 times. And on the 3rd time, we went past 5,000 members. We did numbers. And I did it all organically. We didn't really do any social media marketing. We went and found people and DM'd their ass on social media and then got on a call with their ass, hopped on a Zoom, got to know a person, closed their ass, put them in the system and said, who do you know? And that's what I went and built. And nowadays you can literally build a business by posting TikToks and having it get automated. But if you do not do a mixture of both, I'm telling you, you will take a long time to get the results that you want, because you'll forget about the leadership and duplication part. Period. Like building this business for the long haul and like making beach money like he talks about, there's a difference. If you want to go make automated money, cool. Awesome. If you want to go make beach money, as in like that shit that you could turn off the system, stop posting social media and disappear off the face of the earth for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you want beach money, you are going to need to do the other part on actually training and developing those leaders as well. And that's why we have the system that we have here at TGF. We dial in on the basic principles, and then we also have a social media system that we need to dial in on. I will be first to admit I need to dial in even more. I've been out here freaking trying to find time to create my content, and shout out to Kelsey and what she spoke about and what he talked about with scheduling out. Me and my wife had a whole very frictional conversation, but a productive one last night from 12 to 2 a.m. Literally just talking about our life, because for me being transparent as an entrepreneur, I feel like I don't have any time and I have 24 hours a day like everybody else. I'm like, I understand I got kids. I understand I got this, that, and the third, and I got people calling me all day tomorrow, and I'm trying to make calls, I'm trying to make content, and then the kids she needs me, then the kids need me, and then I need bedtime, and I gotta help her clean up, and we gotta do things, and I gotta not miss memories, and there's so much shit that goes on in each day, and I feel like I'm being pushed and pulled and pushed and pulled, and it's because I have not set my ass down and been like, you know what, I'm gonna not take calls, and I'm gonna do content from 9 to 11:30. And then at 11:30, I'm gonna take a little lunch break, kick it with the kids for a quick hour, hour and a half, make sure Tia puts their ass down for a nap, go outside with them the whole 9, and then I can get my ass into prep mode and outreach mode, and I can do outreach throughout lunch. And then I could do calls from 3 to 9, 3 to 8. And then after that really leaves room for all of our calls and everybody who really be calling me. And if I can get like disciplined on actually scheduling that time, I can get crazy. Because I'm so used to just throwing myself in a car and sitting there for 12 hours and just doing outreach content, not being bothered. And this fatherhood life is completely different than when I made my last run. So I can't depend on the same person nor the same systems as I was in my last run, which is why I need to pick it up in different areas. I need everybody as we go forward to be transparent on where you need to pick it up in a specific area. We have people out here that are killing it, and you're seeing the results, 2 of them killing it. And as we go forward, literally, it's about going and getting that 30, each and every single one of us. So it's dope. I'm loving where we're at, because for me personally, like this book is right on time for the run right now, and my life is getting crazy, and I need to take it to the next level, and I know that I can because I've done it before, which is different than most people. But in that, I have to like I have to literally unlearn everything that I've ever learned. It's really hard. I'll just say that. It's a freaking complicated process. So if it feels complicated to you, it's all good because we're all right here with you. But from there, when it comes to his story, it was just dope to really look at the process. My wife's going crazy, so I gotta hurry up. The process of going from zero to literally making over $30,000 a month. It happened in my birth month year. You know what I'm saying? I was really excited. I was like, quit playing with January in 95. Goated things happened in that year. So I was just excited, man, as I read this entire book, because it really put into perspective, one, what we need to work on, but also what I need to work on, but also two, just where I've seen myself excel in different areas. I was like, pat on the back. I felt what he was talking about when he said he went and built it. And then truly the difference between getting a second or better job and beach money, something that I cover all of the time. And ultimately, he put it best in this. He said, you are on a trip to achieve beach money. A 9-to-5 job is the worst vehicle in the marketplace today for achieving financial freedom. It gives you no significant leverage. Jobs aren't bad, they pay the bills, but happen to be extremely poor vehicles for the trip you want to take. Trying to go from San Diego to New York on a moped is like trying to get beach money lifestyle in a job that pays you desk money. And it's crazy because majority of people will have beach money dreams and have desk money preferences. It's wild. And you gotta leave your preference for your purpose and your process. Period. If you gonna choose your passion over the paycheck, you have to leave the preference. And in that, like when he really broke that down, I was like, yo, he said, by making the transition from your traditional job or job to one that provides nonlinear income, by making the decision now to focus on opportunities that pay you over and over and over again, for working one time, you will be well on your way to beach money lifestyle. Most people think that that transition is like awesome, and it's scary as shit. It's scary as shit. I'm coming from a person who messed up my background. I don't even have no other option to go the traditional route. Literally can't do it. Period, point blank, unless I get some type of plug or, you know what I'm saying? Literally wouldn't ever happen. So I have no other option except to do it this non-linear way. But even just like thinking about it and having to transition my mind from like, I can't choose that option. That shit is hard. That shit is scary. And that is why majority of people don't make the jump. And what he talked about with the airplane, I was like, he cold for that reference. If I gave y'all $100,000 right now, 100 grand, if I gave you 100 grand to jump out of an airplane, would you do it? For anybody who read or didn't read, I want to see the chat. If I gave you 100 grand to jump out of an airplane, would you do it? Cam said, hell yeah, I'm jumping. Let's go. He must have just read that part. Alyssa, how you feeling? You jumping?
Do it for free.
She said, I would do it for free. I paid to do it. He said, if I got a parachute. Now, what's crazy is, I want to touch on Marcus's comment because I know he read, so he did that on purpose. But with that, if I got a parachute, it's fire, but what if you don't? He basically just said, nah, if I ain't got no parachute. And it sucks because he just missed out on 100 grand, and this is what most people do. They're like, shit, I ain't got no parachute, it's tight, I ain't jumping. And what's wild is I would have gave your ass 100 grand because the plane was on the floor and I didn't tell you that it was on the ground. I didn't tell you the plane was flying. You just didn't know the information. You didn't know what you didn't know. I say this all the time. So if the plane was on the ground, of course you would jump out that hole for 100 grand. Quit playing. What? Hop, skip, and a jump. Quit playing. I'm jumping happily. I might even fall. Give me my 100,000. Quit playing with me. Like, that's what's wild is majority of us don't know what we don't know about the other side. And that's why I'm like, yo, I can't choose that because I know. I'm one of those few people that like, I know what it feels like to make thousands of dollars residually every single month that are higher than the bills that you pay every single month. And it's a crazy freaking feeling, y'all. Like when your bills are actually paid for by network marketing residual income. It is actually wild. It's like, damn, I did that. You know what I'm saying? It worked. It's crazy to be on vacation and get paid and be like, yo, I'm really on the other side of the world like I told my friends I would be. It's wild. But majority of people don't know what it feels like at all. I just really recommend jump out the plane. Like really recommend jump out the plane, because here's the thing about God. He don't play no games, and he supplies a rock where your foot has no idea what is there. It's wild reading this, because I know when I first met Marcus, I used to talk about this. I used to be like, faith is like literally taking steps and you don't know what's there, and you just taking the step hoping it's not a cliff and you falling off. And God provides the whole rock right there that you can't see. It's like you're walking on clouds. And that's like figuratively jumping out of a plane. If you've actually done it, they fly you up there to the point past the clouds where you literally cannot see the ground. There's just clouds, and you just have to jump. Like you don't know what's right there. You could jump right into a plane. You don't know what, a duck. You don't know what's right there. You just gotta jump. It's crazy. So I'm grateful for this entire book, because it just literally walks through this entire process of what it looks like to take, one, have faith in yourself, two, do it when you're scared, do it when you're tired, do it when you're annoyed, and continuously walk yourself into the right rooms as well. So my bad for the rant, y'all. That was definitely my last little part. So anybody else can take it home.
I'll go ahead and take it, Go.
Already, cuzzo.
What's up, y'all? I know it's been a while since I've been on here, but I'm excited to get back to book club. I know
Hey,
it's
you look
a step that
good.
I've
You
been-
look good. You look good.
Appreciate it, guys. Step that I've been needing to take again. But catching up on this book and then kind of catch up to y'all kind of helped me realize kind of where I'm lacking and what I'm doing. But I can relate to this. I relate to Jordan Adler for quite a number of things that he's been. For the first 10 years, he was not making much, and for the first couple of years of my network marketing industry, for 2+ years, I have seen little success. But him laying out the steps and everything like that can just help me jump to where I need to go. But with chapter 6, barely started reading, so bear with me. Numbers don't lie. 'Cause so far I've understood that just to go for it and not kind of go for it and then not kind of rely on the result. Just show people, recruit the 20 to 30 people. And he did mention that between those 20 to 30 people, a third would do nothing and a third would do little, and then a third will make you a good income as well as themselves. But so far, that is all that I've read. I'm excited to continue reading, getting caught up with every one of y'all, and yeah, that's all I got for today. But excited to get back.
Fire, brother. Fire, brother. Does anybody else want to take that before I do? Sam, I know your camera. Appreciate your energy, big dog. But if you have anything.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie. I did not, and there's no excuse, bro. I'm on audio. There's really no excuse. I was just listening to different audio, so I didn't tap into these couple chapters, bro. Just getting things in order, home office. But yeah, I actually got the next one. Like I'm ready. I know the important, valuable information in this book, so I had to cop the next one, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's on me. And this, I didn't listen to the audio, and I came a little late, missed it. So I'm gonna have to catch up. But for sure, next week I'm gonna be tapped in to drop this valuable information. Appreciate
Hey,
you.
all good, bro. All good. Give us one takeaway that you got from listening in so far.
Well, I just listened to I'm just still on the first 5. I haven't chopped into the next 6, but I
Oh,
did.
no, I'm talking about from the call.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, y'all. So, I mean, just easy, bro. Like it's a numbers game, y'all. Like if you want to succeed, you have to put in the work. Like nothing's gonna be handed to you. Like you have to go out and get there. And through this in network marketing, we all see the value. We all see the vision, that beach money. That's what we want. That's what we're striving for. So this book lays it all out of what we got to do, to battle ourselves, the challenges that are gonna come to go and get what we know that we're gonna achieve. So yeah, all the valuable information in here is really important, y'all. That's all I got, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Bars.
Bet. Well, I'm gonna take it real quick. Yeah, y'all, I love this book. I'm not gonna lie. I solely wish that I had gotten access to it in the very early steps of my network marketing career. I know I would have definitely had a paradigm shift and would have been able to actually capitalize in a way that took me years of experience and just resilience of not giving up to actually get in tune with the right people. So I'm going to touch on some things that one of which that Mikhail hit on a good amount on, but the other stuff that I don't feel like anybody's really said yet. I apologize about missing Amber's takeaways. I was wrapping up a call, and I'll get to that here in a second. Before I was able to actually tune in, so I'm gonna make sure I catch the recording, girl. You know what I'm saying? But through it, let me pull out my notes because y'all, he absolutely snapped something serious. I can't cap to you. I absolutely resonate with Jordan's story, hella, and I just want to give some people a sense of reassured. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for reassurance or being reassured that like it can happen for you. You just got to actually carry out the work, and this goes in and outside of the network marketing space. One thing I wanted to touch on, Imani, because you had mentioned that you're not really in the industry right now. The most successful people on the planet that operate as wealthy entrepreneurs, they advocate for network marketing because the skills that are learned throughout this industry, the skills in which Jordan Adler talks about in his experience through this book, are things that allow an individual to be able to operate successfully as a business owner, period, point blank. They not only advocate for it, people like Donald Trump, people like, I'm not talking about Donald Trump, the president, okay? I'm just talking about Donald Trump, the actual businessman. People like Jeff Bezos, people like Warren Buffett, they not only advocate for it, but they also participate in it, some of which own their own network marketing companies. So one, I really think a lot of this information is pertinent to entrepreneurs because it's one of the best routes for people to understand whether or not they're cut out for entrepreneurship. And all throughout chapter 9, when he talked about the differences of how to go and actually make income, the differences on how to make income and the different routes, like he points it out, like your risk and what you're spending and what you have to do to actually be successful in this industry is a lot less than the average business owner. And you have the greatest potential of reward where you're not working as much to get paid an excessive amount. He talked about getting a second job or a better job compared to getting some passive residuals. Talked about going back to college versus getting back into the residuals, as well as opening a franchise. So if you want to understand whether or not you're in the right reassurance, thank you, bro. That's so funny. I promise y'all, I went to college, all right, and I spent a lot of bread. And I'm educated, as my dad would say. But through it, I just love that this industry is been proven time and time again by people who have a lot more wealth, a lot more time, a lot more experience than we all do, that it works and it allows people to go and create a lifestyle that a lot of people dream about. In terms of chapter 6, what I really just want to touch on was a lot of what I experienced in my own career. And essentially, this man went 10 years, y'all, a whole decade without having any significance in growth of income or results. And it took him getting and meeting the right people to understand a different paradigm so that he can do something different, and it yielded different results. Shout out Mikhail Steele and Miss Tia Steele. The day I met them, this time 4 years ago or 3 years ago out at a personal development event. Y'all got to understand, I had 5 years of experience and no real results. So I was at the point where he was at, like, I'm about done with this space. I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. I don't know how I'm going to go and get this dream lifestyle that I can't not think about. And I want to give up. But it literally just takes you meeting one person, having one more rep meeting and signing up one more individual so that you can go and get exactly the information you need to apply in a different way. And man, Mikhail and Tia were those people for me. Seeing their lifestyle and understanding that, as he said in here, he was like, he's like, I didn't know if it was gonna work, but the man had the lifestyle I wanted, so it was worth a try. So as Mikhail revealed his experience and his results to me throughout us getting to know each other, I was like, yo, this man is literally around my age having a lifestyle that I want. Let me go and figure this out and see if what he's doing is different than what I've been doing. And if I can go get some results that resemble what he's been able to go and achieve. And through that, my whole life has changed in applying a whole different paradigm. So shout out Real Connections. He says, I learned to have faith and everything would work out just the way it was supposed to. And I might argue that a lot of you guys, instead of choosing faith, you operate in fear. And it keeps you from accepting that you can actually do small things over time that add up to big results. As he talked about, he went and set some quote unquote realistic goals about signing up one person a month. And he built towards that, and he built consistently. And as he did so, his numbers skyrocketed from one a month to personally enrolling over 120 something people in less than a year. So if you do the math, you know what I'm saying, one a month is 12 people a year. So like, if you just start with where you're at and you move in faith over fear, he gives you the principle. You just got to be willing to plan it out and then actually carry out the plan with a level of belief that gets you to where you want to go. I want to reiterate, boom, boom, boom. He said, technology is important and can streamline the process of growing and managing an organization. Shout out Wi-Fi, shout out systems, because that is absolutely true. Here's what he said that I think a lot of people might have skimmed over. But the fundamentals of building relationships do not change. And this is something that I've been learning, y'all, as I've been able to dive into some people who have been carrying out digital marketing and social media within this industry in a way I've always wanted to. I have seen how they have still had to teach individuals who are coming in by way of technology the things that we are all not only learning, but have been getting really good at over the years. Understanding how to communicate, to listen. Shout out the book, John C. Maxwell, Everyone Communicates If You Listen. Period, point blank. Well, excuse me, if you connect. You connect through listening, y'all. And at the end of the day, if you have a willingness to understand the principles of just being a good human being and helping other people go get what they want so you can get what you want, you can have the results that Jordan Adler is having, because that's what this industry takes. Y'all, a reason why I was late to today's call is because I was running an entire launch call for a company for our affiliate company in the country of Spain. The only reason why I was able to go and orchestrate and do something like that and have 15 people in a different language, a translator to actually communicate what we got going on and actually be able to share the same story that I've been able to give to people here in the United States from across the globe is because I took the time to connect with that individual who is building out there in that country. I took the time and understood what it is she wanted and where she was at, what she's done, and what she is planning to do. And as things aligned and I was able to help with my expertise and the things that I've been able to accomplish in my tenure in my career, we were able to go and meet a common goal and vision and carry out a game plan to where, like, y'all, it was a dream come true. I was able to communicate with some people of Latin descent and actually come to terms about what we've got going on. And all it took was me getting intentional about connecting with somebody I've never met before. The power of the internet is amazing, y'all, but it'll never replace the power of interpersonal connections, relationships, growth. And if you understand that, yes, you have people who come into your business as customers that pay for your product and service in and outside of network marketing. I'm not just talking about the affiliate marketing space. I'm talking about business as a whole. Yes, these are all people that are spending income so that you can give them a service. But these are people, they have stories, they have dreams, they have situations, and they're living life just like you and I. And if you take a second and understand that all business is relationship building, you will not lose sight in the fact that inevitably, in order to attract a group of loyal entrepreneurs and keep them for the long haul, you've got to actually help them understand that you care. And you don't do that with your words, you do that with your actions. I think a lot of people forget because they want to leverage systems and they want to go make a buku amount of money and they want to go do this or that, that at the end of the day, like when it's all said and done, it's not what you've been able to accomplish. It is a lot bigger than you. It is what you've been able to go and help other people accomplish, what you've been able to go and help other people achieve, what you've been able to go and help other people think and grow upon. And I really, 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 really love the fact that he hit on this years ago when he wrote this book out. And now as Wi-Fi and the internet has taken storm and we're living in a digital era, that still does not replace your ability to connect with people. It doesn't matter if it's in person to person, belly to belly, or if it's via Zoom or FaceTime. Take the intentional time, y'all, and understand that in order to duplicate so that you can teach other people how to teach, and then you can go to the beach, you've got to develop actual real relationships that go beyond just the business. And when you're able to do that, you're able to impact people right where they're at with what they have, rather than just waiting for you to have the results. Y'all, I used to think that it would take me walking stages, it would take me making millions of dollars a year to have somebody thank me for changing their life. And it's crazy because before I even started making $500 plus a month in this industry, people were coming up to me and literally thanking me for changing their life. And all it was just a difference of thinking. Like if you guys just serve others, leadership is just servant. You have to be willing to serve other people before you serve yourself, as you're continuously serving what it is you need to keep your cup full. That's where the real fulfillment comes in, y'all. And then you're able to operate out of joy, out of passion, out of purpose with everything you've got going on in and outside of this network marketing space. So shout out Jordan Adler, man. I was really blown away with how he was able to portray his character through the words that he chose to explain that concept, because most people are just in it for the dollar signs. And you might get it. I'm not saying you won't, but the significance and the longevity of those dollar signs will go away just as quick as you got it, because it's not about the money. It's about the people all day and tomorrow. I don't focus on building the business. I focus on building people, because the people built the business, period, point blank. And if you understand your numbers, you can go and actually go carry it out. In terms of boom, I really loved, and it was funny because Mikhail wanted me to touch on this, and I actually wanted to touch on this perspective because a lot of people talked about chapter 10, but I wrote in big caps. You can see it on my phone. I don't know if you can, maybe you can't, but wow, you can't really see it. But if you can, it says KISS on that thing. Somebody unmute yourself. Tell me what KISS stands for.
It's simple, stupid.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid, simple, or keep it super simple. I don't care how you want to look at it, but the point is,
I was gonna say, let's be nice.
yeah.
I was just playing.
Hey, keep it super simple. As human beings, we overcomplicate things. And I really wanted to touch on the fact that ignorance on fire is 30, 100, 1,000 times better than knowledge on ice. Most people stay in this, I've got to actually learn everything before I do. And before I was even in the trading space, we would always tell everybody, you can learn as you earn. You can learn as you go about the process. In fact, experience is your greatest teacher. Wisdom only comes through the application of the knowledge that you're gaining. So when he really broke down the fact that everything comes down to three main things, if you understand what it is you want to accomplish and the three main steps you need to go and accomplish that, don't overcomplicate it and try to make it 30,000 different tasks that you need to accomplish to go and get this and meet this goal. You just got to have three main things that you have to reach out to, and then you can break those three things down and take applicable steps every day towards it. He talked about the fitness gurus, right? He said simplifying the steps involved makes achieving your dreams, your goals, your projects, or tasks manageable, which lowers your stress level and makes you much more productive. Boom. He talked about Roger and Jason. Not you, Jason. My guy, Jason, is one of the most disciplined in his health. So I'm not talking about you, big dog. But this Jason in the book talks about that he wanted to learn everything that he could about losing weight and getting fit for the next 3 months. Jason checked out books. He went to the health and fitness library. He registered to a class for at least an hour a night. Jason read highlights and took notes as if they were studying for a law degree. What Roger, on the other hand, had a more practical approach, and he understood the 3 basic steps for getting fit. 1 was sweat every day. 2 was stretch every day. And 3 was eat 70% natural, unprocessed, and unpackaged food. After 3 months, who do you think lost the most weight? You got somebody who is clear. Again, a confused mind does absolutely nothing. But if you have clarity, you can move forward in confidence because you understand the end goal and where you're headed. In terms of network marketing, there are 3 aspects that you really need to get good at. And we talk about it pretty often: prospecting, presenting, promoting. It's really not that complicated. If you know how to prospect and meet new people, whether it's online or in person, if you know how to present the information, whether it's pressing play on a video or talking to your friend about what they got going on, you know how to promote the next event or the next call or the next person that they need to meet, you're going to win, because that all leads to duplication. At the end of the day, in order to have beach money here, you have to duplicate yourself. The only way you can duplicate yourself if you have duplicatable aspects that are simple to understand and that everybody can do. If you overcomplicate some things, you can go and actually manage, which is amazing. But as he said in chapter 6, you're wasting your time. A lot of people waste their time with people who are not productive, who are not outgoing or willing to actually do the work. I refuse to spend my time where it is just needed. I also want to spend my time where it is deserved. And in this industry, you have to spend your time with those who are willing to do the work. And the work here is literally just running through the numbers and being willing to share something with excitement over a period of time until people do the same. Y'all, the numbers on this thing is super, super crazy. And the fact that I'm just going to go back one more time to chapter 6 and what he talked about. Obviously, y'all have fun. I love that. Number 1. But he said, in business of recruiting, you need to be prepared to recruit 20 to 30 people a day. It doesn't matter if you're in real estate, financial planning, insurance, or network marketing. Any type of recruitment, you need 20 to 30 people. He said 1/3 of these recruits will do absolutely nothing. 1/3 of those recruits will do a little bit, and then 1/3 will make a good amount of income. Usually, one of those people will build a group of 1,000. You don't need 150,000 people to join your organization. You need one person that is willing to actually do the work with you. And that's what I love. I keep it very simple. I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for the people that are looking for me. And out of those people, I know those that say yes, fewer will actually, those who actually hear the information, fewer will say yes than those who say no. Out of those who say yes, fewer will do anything than those that actually do. Out of those that do something, fewer will continuously do so than those who actually start and then quit. And out of the ones that actually continuously do the work that is necessary, 1 to 2 people will actually step up and lead to go and help other people do exactly what I just talked about. Period, point blank. Network marketing is a fancy term of building team. Wealth is a team building sport. I don't care what industry you're in or what you got going on, you have to develop an organization. You have to develop people. You have to have a community and culture so that individuals can get and become the person that they want to be to get the life that they want to have. Period, point blank. You don't do so on your own. you can go pretty far. You just go further much longer when you have a group of people that are on the same type of sign. He said all the energy and time you put into trying to get your weaker team members to grow is time wasted. You are better off using that time to help your motivated distributors and to recruit a few new people to get started in the business. I just want to end with saying this: new blood is the lifeblood. I don't care if you're in network marketing. I don't care what business you're building. I don't care what product you're serving or selling. New blood is the lifeblood. If you stay focused on bringing individuals who see the opportunity and are excited about what you've got going on, that's all you need, because that excitement is contagious. Shout out my man, Sam. Been loving your excitement, bro. I appreciate you, G, for being an absolute example of what that looks like. And I high key want y'all to understand that if you grow and you utilize and leverage, as he talked about, the technology and the services and the internet, you leverage to create the wealth, because that's what the wealthiest people on the planet do. They leverage. They don't do everything on their own. If you learn how to leverage other people as well as other systems, you will get paid off the percentage of work being done that doesn't come solely from yourself. In other words, I would much rather get paid off of 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. Your effort will compound over time, but in order to actually win in business, you've got to develop systems and people to go and actually carry out the vision. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm extremely grateful. Today's been bizarre and wild. It's only 12:30, and I'm just like grateful for my life. I really can't express it in any other way, because most people really don't even understand where we're actually at in course of history. So the fact you guys are aware and you guys are working on yourselves and you're plugging into a call like this Saturday morning for an hour and a half, 2 hours to actually learn and grow and develop the things you need to go and be successful, you guys are already operating in the top 5%. Believe that, operate in that, and never, 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 never give up on what it is you want most, because right when you're about to and the pressure starts to increase, you'll find that one person, you'll find that one avenue, you'll find that one vehicle, you'll find that one solution, you'll find that one option that honestly changes everything around for you guys. So don't chase, attract. Y'all go out and win, multiply. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. My fault. I got excited. But if anybody wants to tune in with any last thoughts before we wrap this thing up, I'd appreciate it. Jason, Alyssa, I know you came in a little late, girl. Miss Tia Steele, my sis from another miss, was popping. I appreciate it, bro. We almost there. We're almost there. It's kind of crazy. I'm coming up on a decade. Ah! Okay, but anyways, go ahead. Whoever wants to, anybody going once, going twice, going 3 times. No? Okay. All right. Well, I love you guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in and being in motion. Oh, I think Tia's about to unmute. Quit playing. I'm just kidding, y'all. She really hates me when I do that, but it's okay. I told her I always do that as long as I see her name on the book club.
She has no idea where her phone is and don't have an AirPod in either right now.
So she ain't even hearing me.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, anyway, so next week, y'all, book club, we're doing chapters 11 through 15, I believe. Let me just triple check on that. August 3rd. Yep, chapter 11 through 15. Dive into it. Y'all, these chapters are very short. Does not take a lot of time to read. I usually read them Saturday mornings just because my schedule's crazy busy throughout the week. But you guys can knock it out, literally sleeping. If you find yourself scrolling for like 15 minutes, take the last 15 minutes of your 30-minute break and just read a couple pages. And it'll literally help you actually understand and apply these concepts throughout your week versus like just reflecting on them. But yeah, y'all, things are surreal and anything can really happen, especially in this industry. You just got to stay faithful and stay motivated. And as you guys know, motivation is something that requires you to actively do daily. It is like a shower. You don't have to take a shower every day, but I highly recommend it. period, point blank. So I love you guys. As always, we'll see you at the top. Bounds way too crowded. Much love, people. Peace.
I gotta go in the Zoom because I don't remember how to switch back to the host on my phone. I'm just running to the office really quick, baby. But hey, that right there, I think is what we call a great book club.
Let's go, bro.